All right, so this is Benny Colbert. This is the Initiate School once again. What's good? Wanted to talk about the pineal gland and fluoride and how the fluoride affects you. Let's talk about that. Let's go into details. Let's just give you kind of like a primer so you'll have a good understanding of what I'm referring to. Once again, if you are on this journey that we call a spiritual awakening, you need to know about the pineal gland. This is also called the third eye. Yes, I'm pointing to it as of right now because mine is actually itching. That means that something's relevant that's happening when your pineal gland is itching. So I think this is a good indicator to show you. The pineal gland, the third eye, the way to get to it initially is going to be to meditate. I cannot stress meditation for you because it is the catalyst for all things that come. Now, mind you, when you have a spiritual awakening, some people just go into awaken. Sometimes tragic things will happen to you, and sometimes you just awaken. It's just your time. It's your soul basically coming to terms that, hey, this is not real. There has to be more. You know it instinctively. So now you start to realize that something's wrong with the picture. You're basically saying to yourself, this can't be life. There has to be more. I myself, I got to this point when I was probably 19 years old, and I didn't understand it. I didn't know who I was, and maybe I wasn't ready. But this has always been a sleeping suspicion that there was more. I just so happened did not get the right information at that time. Matter of fact, you know what? I had the information, but I didn't get it, which means that I was not ready. The simplest way to say it, you can get this information either when you turn 19 or either around the time that you turn 38. It has something to do with sort of a cycle. I'm not familiar with that cycle or what we should call it at this point in time. But you get the opportunity to have this around about 2 times in your life. And you awaken. Some people get it, most people don't. So with that being said, I want to kind of briefly touch base, talk about fluoride, which is going to be the opposite when it comes to terms to referring to your pineal gland or third eye. Fluoride was used in the 1940s, 1950s in Nazi Germany. They used the fluoride to make the inhabitants, or the people that was consuming the water that was laced with the fluoride, it made them docile. Didn't give them an opportunity to think for themselves. They became domicile. They were okay with their situation. They weren't looking to move outside of their situation. Or better yet, looking for an opportunity to get out of their situation. They basically said, you know, hey, this is where I'm at. This is where I'll be. And I don't want to say this, but I'll say this. I mean, they pretty much walked away to their deaths. That's a huge statement. I don't want to say it, but there's suspicion that that's exactly what happened. So, with the fluoride has been coming around during the 50s. It was a huge ad campaign about toothpaste. Toothpaste is where they started it. I'm assuming that somebody said a long, long time ago, hey, we need to kill these people off. How can we do it? How can we make them docile? So they looked at the person that they just conquered, which was Nazi Germany. They looked at their practices, they looked at what they were doing, and they adapted them, and they brought them over to us. You understand when you win these war, you go in, you see what they were doing, you see how they were treating the people, and you say to yourself, okay, they were doing this, and they were doing this, and they were doing this. This is very effective for our agenda. Let's go and do it over here. And that's what happened. So with that being said, fluoride is bad for you. I've been to dentists, I've been to many places, and they still tell you fluoride is good for you. But fluoride is a chemical. How can it be good for you? Fluoride is a ploy to affect your pineal gland. Nothing more and nothing less. Your pineal gland is your third eye. Your third eye is how you can see the world for what it is and what it chooses to be. Right now, you're still in the illusion. Right now, you're still seeing the news, the media, all the lies. But you don't think anything's wrong. This is life for you. You're not looking outside of life. You're happy with life as it is. And with that being said, how do you live? Please tell me that. Are you happy? Are you getting all you can get out of life? Or is something missing? I would assume something's missing. So, let's talk about the pineal gland. It is the size of a rice grain. Okay? But it plays an essential role in our sleep habits. And it helps us make decisions, and is also pertaining to the way that we perceive the world that we live in today. So the pineal gland seems very, very important to me. It's a very, very small thing, but would you believe that the soul is actually housed in the pineal gland? I just got a prompting. That is exactly right. That's where your soul is being held. There's also speculation that DMT is in the actual pineal gland. So when you're about to die and your life flashes before your eyes, DMT is released, a small amount. Now, the reason why most people do DMT is because the DMT is going to give you a bigger release so you can look at a different reality from a different point of view. The pineal gland is going to help you. Our gland only secretes a small amount. But if you're fortunate enough, I don't condone usage of this, but yet let's just talk about it in a hypothetical manner, because I don't want to be involved in telling you to do such things. You do what you do, and you do it at your own risk, because some people are not ready for the results, and I sure don't want you blaming me. So you get a different look at reality. You might find a spirit animal. You might find who knows what. I would liken it to the experience as if you were watching Doctor Strange and you realize that we live in a fractal universe with multiple realities, multiple situations based on multiple decisions that we choose to make. And that is what happens when you use DMT. Now, I've never used it myself personally. Would I be open to it? Probably so. It's the experience that I'm looking for, but I'm also looking to understand. So, with that being said, a healthy pineal gland is good for spiritual awakening. There's a number of ways that you can attain this. The first one, like I mentioned earlier, is meditation. The second one is referring to sun gazing. Sun gazing, that's a whole nother topic. And grounding, these are spiritual works that you'll do on a daily basis if you're not already doing those. I would definitely look into it. And here's a third way that you can do this. There's something called frequencies. There's 3 frequency stages that'll tell you how to attain this, okay? There's beta, which is 14 to 30 hertz. You're alert, you're busy. Your second state is alpha, which is 9 to 13 hertz. You can listen to this. Relax images, visuals, self-integration, self-reflection. And then there's theta, which is 4 to 8 hertz, which is you're awake, but you're asleep, and you're in deep meditation. I'll go into this deeper at a later date, but I think this is the primer to get you started into looking at an opportunity to expand your horizons. Better yet, take a closer look into yourself with this information. You might find something that you really like. I'm going to keep it short there. This is already 10 minutes. I generally do 7-minute segments, but I thought this was some pertinent information that I wanted to share with you. Let's chunk the deuce on you now, because I think this is a great opportunity for you to go to work. I would encourage you to always do the work. The work is referring to meditation, grounding, and cleansing strategies that you're doing. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll talk about it at a later date. But in the meantime, subscribe to your boy. I need more subscribers in order for me to get monetized. But right now, the information's free. I'd rather give the information free, but hot damn, I'd love to get paid to do it as well. Second thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about the fact that I am going to do life coaching classes. These life coaching classes, it's going to change somebody's life. I have got a grasp of this spiritual awakening thing. I want to help other people. If you don't know where you're at, if you don't know where you're going, and you've hit a brick wall with regards to the spiritual awakening and you're looking for more, I suggest you hit me up on email or on the comment section and let me get with you. Yeah, I'm going to charge you a fee, but this is priceless. So let's talk about it. All right, once again, 2, 1, let's go. We out. Later.